Morning photo pips, and it's an early start back up to the Peak District, so join me. Just gonna have a quick brew, might wake me up. So I'm nearly at Three Shire Heads, I believe I am anyway, or near the parking area where you can pull in off the road. But I've had to stop. I'm literally 2 miles away. I've had to stop because the view, not only this view, but along the way I've seen so many amazing, just to stop and pull in, but I've had to say no, but this one I cannot resist. So take a look. This is absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to pop the camera out and I'm just going to take a few shots. It'd be crazy not to, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I'm just going to go for this 9 graduated filter. The sun's in and out, it's popping in and out of cloud, but this 9's going to make for a great moody shot because I like the 6, but I just knew it was not enough. So let's pop this little boy out. This is what I love about photography. Let's get it right. What I was tending to do as well, I don't know if you can see this a little bit, is I'm just turning the filter slightly to the left because the sun's in the left part of the frame, and that should just do the job. Let's have a look. Okay, so what is in the bag? So I want to start off with the tripod. Tripod, one of the most important tools you'll get. Now I use my professional Gitzo tripod. Now I looked at the Photar tripod. Now do I take that or do I take the Gitzo Pro? Now the difference in cost is around £300. That's 300 English pounds in cost. That's the difference between the two tripods. One's carbon fibre, one's aluminium. Now the difference in weight is nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, the Photar one was slightly lighter. So the reason why I took the Gitzo is because it just gives me more control with the 3 adjustment knobs on the ball head. So it's your best friend. If I never had a tripod today, I would probably look at the Photar and consider one, because for the photography I am doing, and now I've downsized, I don't really need the Gitzo Pro, but because I've got it, I'm going to use it. I'd be silly not to. So the next thing I'm looking at is the Canon M6, which is what I'm filming this on now. Now this has been my go-to camera for vlogging since I brought the X-T2 and didn't need the M6 as a backup camera anymore. I felt that it's perfect for vlogging, and it is. It's absolutely brilliant. I also took the GoPro Sessions with me just to see how it goes. You never know. And that little cube is brilliant because you just stuff it in your pocket. It's great for the downside for that is the audio. So along with the M6, I'm using a Manfrotto tripod. It's a little tiny thing and it's brilliant for handheld, and it just gives you the little bit more stability than you would have with a camera standalone. So that goes along with the M6 in the bag. The strap, great bit of kit to have in the bag, and also very comfortable. This one's made by a company called Peak Designs, and this is the Mountaineer, I think it's called. It's got like a reddish burgundy colour to it. Very comfortable, very durable, and I like it because it has little connections that you can use just for quick release on the side of the cameras. Then of course the camera, the X-T2. Now for me this was its maiden voyage. I feel like I've had it a while now. I think I've had about 6 weeks, 2 months, something like that, and not really got out there and had a proper play. I've looked at some landscape images with the X-T2 and they're fantastic. At the end of the day, it's a camera, and if you can put your style onto your pictures, not a problem. So the next thing in there was the camera, nice compact, and the way I packed it was trying to keep it compact and lightweight. So in this bag I had my filter systems from Lee. It's got the graduated filters in there, 3 to 9, so 3, 6 and 9, and it's got the big stopper and the little stopper in there, also polarizing filter and the foundation kit, all ready to go onto the front of the X-T2. It was a 67mm filter thread on the 10 to 24, and it works perfect, So I've took that from the Canon system, put it straight onto the Fuji system. Superb, you cannot fault it. The thing I did find with the Canon system, when you use the big stopper, it gave a blue tinge to your images. On the Fuji system, you do not see that, and in a way I miss that because I liked it. It made a unique thing. Though you can get it back by changing your white balance, or in your raw image you can just change your white balance in there. I just liked it out the camera. I don't know, it's just me. So yeah, filters very important, and in the bag for once, not normally, because when I put my Canon gear in there I can't get that in. So fantastic. Then the other thing was the new lens that I picked up the other day, the 18 to 135, which was not used for the whole trip. I did not use it. Now I was going to, because while I'd parked up and walking towards Three Shire Heads, there was these weird buzzard-like birds. I don't know if they were buzzards, but they were big birds of prey. They didn't look like buzzards. It was too white. Although buzzards are white underneath, these guys had more white on them. Maybe they are buzzards. Maybe somebody can point me in the right direction. But I felt by the time I'd took the lens out of the bag and stuck it on the camera, I got a shot of these birds, they'd have been gone, because that happens all the time. All the time. And then of course also I used my Manfrotto bag, which was brilliant, and that was just a waterproof sheath for the bag, keeping it nice and dry. It's a good bag. I love the compartments in it. I like the way you can attach your tripod in there, but it's not the most comfortable bag in the world. My low pro bag I think is a lot more comfortable. But what I wanted to do was have the tripod in the side, and I wanted to feel the experience of having that amount of equipment in one bag, and it was bloody heavy. It was the tripod that was really pushing me down, because once that was out, it was perfect. So I think what I would do is probably use the low pro if I wasn't attaching the tripod, because it was heavy and it was awkward, and it felt heavy. And when I walked back, what I did was just threw the camera over my shoulder. It was a much easier way, much more relaxed. And I feel that is probably the way I would now pack my gear. So the choice will be between the low pro and the Manfrotto bags. I don't think there's anything really in it. I just find that low pro bag is a lot more comfortable. I've had it many years. It's probably moulded to me. Love this composition. You can't quite see, I don't think, there's just a little sheep down there, but I'm not too fussed if he's in or not, because he's probably more of a distraction anyway. I'm at a spot in a very remote location. Now I drove down there and this road gets narrower and you come to a gated road, which it even got narrower, and as it went round all the wall was broken and it just was like a straight drop. So with that I didn't open the gate, I didn't venture in. So I've just checked my phone and according to Google Maps Three Shire Heads is over the other side of this mound, but you cannot drive there. So I found this little opening, and if you look up there you can just see where people have had the same idea and hopped the fence. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to double check the location on Google Maps and then I'm going to go for it. I'm going to just use the sessions for now until I get to location, and then we'll sort of try and do something a little bit more in depth when we're there. I've got some food, got some water, I've got my GPS on my phone, so let's go for it. I just want to stop it there, guys, because I got to the top of that mountain and it was boggy, it was mossy, it had divots in it, you couldn't see where you were standing, it was a complete and utter nightmare. So I decided to go back to the car, and not only that, when I was up there I lost something again. I lost a lung, I coughed one up, I was absolutely creamed, I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh, unfit am I? I know it's been a long time since I've been out, but unbelievable. So I got back in the car and I drove towards Lud's Church, and I got there and I managed to start talking to a local chap who was just out walking. He got a ordnance survey map with him and he showed me a route to Three Shire Heads, which to me was more important than Lud's Church. He was saying that Lud's Church was another 1.5 miles away from where I'd parked the car, and he gave me this other route and it was only a couple of miles away, and there was a small cafe there on the way. It was really nice, people was dead friendly, they filled my cup up for me, and found somewhere to park. Now I'd gone up to another gated road similar to the other one, and when you got there it says please do not park beyond this point. Photo pips. So I'm nearly at Three Shire Heads. It has been crazy. The thing is, I don't like to walk too far. Who does when you're realistically when you're doing photography? Try and keep you out the wind a bit. So I was umming and ahhing because it was like a 1.5 mile walk from where I'd parked. But the locals are so helpful. They even got a brew in my cup. I was shocked, I really was, because you know yourselves, people don't want you on their land or near their land. But these guys, the lady said to me, well, first of all I was near Lud's Church and the guy went to me, you're about 1.5 miles away, and I'm like, no, I'm not walking that far, no way, not with all this shite on my back. So I was driving around, the traffic was terrible, it took me ages to get here. It's about 12:15 now, and I left the house this morning at 7 o'clock and it should have took me 1 hour and 40 minutes to get it. It took something like 3 hours, 4 hours, but I'm nearly here now. Like I said, park the car up there, and there's a sign as you walk through this gate saying no parking after this point. So I got talking to a guy. I'd turned around, started driving back, and this guy stopped me in his four-wheel drive. I thought, oh god, here we go. And he went, "You going Three Shire Heads?" I went, "Yeah." And he went, "How far do you want to walk?" I went, "Not far." And he went, "Right." And he gave me these directions, and I'm hoping, praying that this is it. He just says to me, "Park your car up sensibly," and he says, and then just walk along the road. So that's the story up to now. So I'm going to check in with you later, guys, see how we go. See you in a bit. So I'm just stopping for a quick cup of tea. I'm going to finish it off. It just seemed wrong, you know. I'm walking along this pathway, it all just seems wrong, but I'm just going to stick with it. I keep checking my phone. I've got no signal out here, but I've just seen this scene and I've got to shoot it. So take a look at this. It's beautiful, isn't it? So I'm just going to shoot this scene, and I'll crack on back. So I'm still at this spot, and I've took a couple of shots here. I realistically need to put my grad filter on, but when I come back I'll hopefully have the grad filter on. I can't bother to mess about. I've just checked my phone and it's saying it's literally there. So apparently I'm here. So to my surprise, faffing about in the field, I'm actually here, but it just looks weird. Because look, I can't hear any water. Now, do I go up or do I go down? Down. Go down. Because when I've seen pictures, there's mountains and hills around it. So yeah, down. So I'm following the River Dane all the way along here, and I can finally see it now. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just down there. And there's an old building thing there, look. If you just look, I've just left my cup in there, saves carrying it. But yeah, I'm just following the Dane River, Dane Bowers. You were a singer, weren't they? Sure he was. And look at this, look, we're getting there. I know we are, I can feel it. This path's really brilliant. These trees are just hang over all spooky like. Do you know the weird thing about it is it's not the easiest place to get to, regardless which way you come in from it. This is my third attempt of getting here. I nearly gave up because it's just so difficult. Like I said, I parked the other side of that brow, and my plan was, oh, I'll just walk across. Look at the size of it. I did try it, honestly, I did try it. There it is. Oh yes. There it is. Yeah, I did nearly fall. Another photographer down there, look. He had the same idea as me. Good thinking.